Sri Gurubhyo Namaha children, I am happy to welcome you all for our online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. For the class 10, subject biology, unit 17, reproduction in plants and animals. Today, we are going to see the new lesson, reproduction in plants and animals. Yes? Introduction. All living organisms in the earth have the ability to reproduce more of its own kind. The living organisms in the sense, microorganisms, plants, animals and human beings. These are all living organisms. They are survive in the earth. They have the ability to reproduce of its own kind by the process called reproduction. Reproduction is the unfolding of life forms where new individuals are formed. It ensures continuity and survival of the species. The time required for reproduction varies from one organism to another organism. The organisms are not the same, they are not identical. Microorganisms, they are very small, they are very tiny. Then unicellular organism is there, multicellular organism is there, plants is there, animal is there. So each and every organisms, they are differ in their morphological structure, their body organization, their cellular structure, their character, everything. They are different from each other. So the time required for reproduction is also varies from one organism to another organism. Are you getting my point, children? Yes. You may find great variations in period of reproduction in yeast. Yeast is nothing but fungi. Then bacteria, microorganism bacteria, rat, cow, elephant and humans. All these are living organisms. So they are differ in their structure, size, structure, morphological character, everything. So they have great variations. Microorganism bacteria is very small. The rat, cow, these are all chordata. Kingdom Animalia, they comes under kingdom Animalia. All these are differ in their structure, the character, habitat, etc. In sexual reproduction, offsprings are produced by the union means fusion. So in sexual reproduction, the offsprings which are produced by the fusion of gametes, male and female gametes. Male gamete in the sense sperm and the female gamete in the sense egg. The male and female gametes contain the genetic material present on the chromosomes. So chromosomes is a thread-like structure. Inside the chromosomes, a small DNA fragments or gene are present. So they are said to be the genetic material. They transmit the characteristics. They transmit the character from one generation to other generation. There are three types of reproduction in plants, namely vegetative reproduction, then asexual reproduction, another one is sexual reproduction. In this unit, we will study more about the types and the process of asexual, sexual reproduction in plants, animals and human beings. The first one is vegetative reproduction. In this type, the new plantlets are formed from the vegetative part of a plant. You know very well, plant has two main parts. One is vegetative part, another one is a reproductive part. Vegetative part in the sense root, stem and leaves. These are said to be vegetative part of a plant. Okay, so the new plantlets are developed, new plantlets are formed from the vegetative part. In the vegetative part of a plant, root, stem and leaf gets detached from the parent body and grow into an independent daughter plant. It has only mitotic cell division takes place, there is no meiosis. No gametic fusion also takes place, and the daughter plants are genetically similar to the parent organism. So, by the vegetative reproduction, the daughter plant formed is identical, is same as that of the parent plant. Okay. Vegetative reproduction may take place through leaves, stem and the root. First we will see the leaves. In bryophyllum, small plants grow at the leaf notches. See the picture here. This is the small plant will grow in the leaf notches. Then stem. In strawberry, the aerial weak stems touch the ground. This is the aerial stem. This is weak stem. It is very close to the ground. They are flexible. So the aerial weak stem touch the ground and give off adventitious root. This aerial stem bend down and give rise to the adventitious root. When the connection with the parent plant is cut off, this will grow as a new plant. So the formed new plant is identical, same as that of the parent plant. This is called stem, vegetative reproduction by stem. Third one, root. Tuberous roots. This is the tuberous roots. Example, potato and then sweet potato, rhizobium, ginger. They are having tuberous root. Tuberous roots, asparagus and sweet potato can be used for vegetative propagation. Propagation is nothing but growing of plant parts. See here, this sweet potato give rise to a plant. Then bulbils. In some plants, flower buds modified into globous bulb, which are called bulbils. When these falls on the ground, they grow into a new plant. See here, this is the separate bulbil. When it falls on the ground, this grow into a new plant. Okay. The next one is fragmentation. The filamentous algae, breaking of the filament into, see here, this is the filamental algae, breaking of the filament into many fragments, small fragments. Each fragments contain a small cell. That cell develop into a new organism. So each fragment having at least one cell may give rise to a new filament of the algae by cell division. Example is Spirogyra. See here, this is the filamentous algae. This algae breaking down into a small fragments. This is called fragments. These fragments contain at least one cell. This one cell give rise to a complete organism. The formed organism is identical to that of the parent organism. Then fission. This is the type of parent cell, this is one of the type in which the parent cell divides into two daughter cells. This is the parent organism. Example, amoeba. This amoeba divides into two identical parts. This divides into two daughter cells. Each cell develop into a new adult organism. The formed daughter cell is identical to that of the parent organism. Example is amoeba. So fission takes place in amoeba. The next one is budding. Formation of daughter individuals from a small projection. See here, this is the yeast cell. In that yeast cell, a small formation takes place, small projection takes place, developing bud, and then it forms a new bud. They form a continuous chain like bud. Once they form, and it is detached from the parent organism and it develops into a new organism. See, formation of daughter individual from a small projection. This is a small projection forming as a small bud. Arising from the parent body is called budding. Example, yeast and then hydra also, the organism having the budding type of reproduction. The next one is regeneration. The name itself you can understand. Regeneration means formation. The ability of the last body part of an individual organism to give rise to a new or whole new organism. So the last body part have the ability to develop into a new part, that is called regeneration. It takes place by specialized mass of cells. Example, hydra and planaria. See here, this is the adult hydra. This particular part is broken, so there is no continuity of that organism, and slowly this part alone develops into a new organism, and this part also formed into a new organism. The formed organism is identical to that of the parent organism. Okay, so the small part grows into a normal hydra, and then regeneration of tiny hydra, small hydra will regenerate into a adult hydra. The formed daughter hydra is identical to that of the parent hydra. Okay, this is called regeneration. Thank you children, we will see you tomorrow.